Welcome back to another ranked Maokai game. In this game we are playing with Tristana and we are up against MF Ezreal in the bot lane. We have a Malzahar mid and he's up against Smolder, who's a scaling champion. We got Set top, we got Kha'Zix in the jungle. I think Kha'Zix is an extremely good jungler, generally speaking, for solo queue. He is a playmaker. MF as support, I mean, we've seen it many times both in solo queue and in pro play. It can work, but like, not the strongest pick, I would say. We could go in level 2 here. I played. That was a flash from MF, I think. So that's back up at 7 and heal back up at 6. So 720, 620. I think she has heal. It was one of their heals at least. But yeah, with MF, I mean, you're lacking CC. Yeah, so it was her heal. With MF, you're lacking CC, of course. There's like pretty much no CC. You're squishy. You can... You have advantage in lane with the poke that she provides, just like that with the E. But outside of the laning phase, I mean, she can also clear waves, so she can be kind of... She has like that utility aspect to her as a support. Like she has a bit of CC with her E. She can clear waves safely with her R. And she has decent damage values even without items with her Q and W. And her passive with her move speed, that lets her rotate quickly, so she definitely has... Okay, so Elise is top side, meaning that she... Okay, so she's done a full clear. We know that Elise started bot side. She's done a full clear. So I would say that MF support is a bit like Ashe, but I think Ashe honestly is better with her R and her W hawk shot. Just my opinion. Looking to see if I can go in. I mean, they are squishy, so... And they're playing very, very passively. Okay, so Malzahar... I mean, we saw Elise there and then he just dies. That sucks. We could go in on this MF here. Well played by the Tristana. I like how she's going in with no hesitation. And I will say that this is rare in solo queue to see someone who's going in with no hesitation like that and actually timing their abilities correctly in the way that the Tristana is. Notice that she's Wing not just... She's not just Wing in, she's literally hitting them with the W. Like she's Wing on top of them. Okay, that was bad. I think... I feel like the Trist was maybe a bit scared there. I mean, she is very low. So I can't really blame her too much for not really committing fully to that. But I do feel like that should have been a kill. But I think the Trist didn't even... I mean, she's so low. So, you know, she didn't want to get autoed and just die for free. So I can understand that. But when Kha'Zix committed, I think she should have walked up and at least dealt just a bit of damage. Just like 1 or 2 autos. But honestly, it was probably just not that good of a call. I went in because Kha'Zix, he kind of baited me into it with the way he was playing. He clearly wanted us to tower dive, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then it turned into that. But still, it's my decision in the end to go in, so can't really fault him. Okay, so MF is rotating for some reason. Could go over the wall here and get Ezreal because she rotated. So she's not in lane, or she wasn't in lane. Now she probably is. Waiting to see if MF shows up or Ezreal shows up. Okay, we could also go mid. Malzahar has ultimate. Okay, everyone is pinging, so let's go in. Something I need to be careful of with Maokai is what I just did there. I queued her kind of away, or not kind of, I did queue her away, like I knocked her back away from Kha'Zix's jump and the damage that he deals with that. Maybe she got hit by the shockwave from his jump, but anyway, like I need to be careful about knocking people away with my Q after I W them. I need to not do that. I need to be really, really aware of that, because that actually limits the damage output considerably. Yeah, we can, I mean, their bot lane is pushed up completely, so we should go. Okay, so I like the Kha'Zix's. Yeah, just ignore. Just ignore Elise and then just go bot. And focus MF. Because Ezreal has a Z, he's a more mobile champion, so we should focus MF instead. She's much more immobile, easier to get. I'll play it and then we can get, I mean, Elise is showing mid, so we might as well just get Dragon for free. So Elise is taking Kha'Zix's red, and then Kha'Zix wants to get her red as compensation. Makes sense. And we know he wants that because he's pinging it. We could also just go mid. I mean, Smolder's pushing up, even though she knows that we just took Dragon. I have my flash. Yeah, I could have flashed in there. I could have maybe stopped her from flying, or I could have like interrupted the flight, but a bit risky. Well played. He's gonna get a double kill, it looks like. Nice. Well, I mean, what to say? My team just seems better. The only lane that's going even or was kind of losing was mid. Every other lane has been winning. Okay, let's get the grabs. Smolder showed, but obviously she walked away now by this point. Okay, let's go back and buy. Very nice. From the lead that Triss got earlier, she's now so strong and so confident that she's just gonna go in and get free kills. I mean, and again, their bot lane seems super passive, so it's easier for her to just kind of do whatever she wants. Nice. Looking good so far. Looking very good. I touched on this before, but I'll mention it again. It's so good to go in, or just go in on the enemy jungler when they're on scuttle. Like, it's so telegraphed, it's so easy. Okay, Kha'Zix is here, so we could fight. Triss is really strong. We need to push our lead by fighting. We want to fight right now because we have such a lead. But we also want to make sure that we're not outnumbered. Kha'Zix should just stay in that bush. Okay, let's just go mid. I mean, like this Smolder again, like what is she doing, man? How does it make any sense for her to push up when she can see us all around the map? Nice. And notice I was tanking the turret there. Well, just to let my team do what they needed to do to get the kill. Okay, so Elise is showing we need to back off here. I think a better Elise might have killed me there. That's one of the things when you're climbing, you need to adapt to the ELO. Like in this ELO, which is Emerald 4. People generally are pretty... they're okay to good at the game. Sometimes very good, but generally okay to good. And what that means is that you will get... like some things you can get away with and some things you can't. Like in that situation, I kind of got away with pushing up to the turret, even though Elise was in a position to potentially kill me, because she maybe doesn't have the confidence, she's not, you know, good enough, you could say, to take advantage of that situation with confidence because of the elo. Could also be that she's off-roll, but anyway, when you're playing in an elo, you have to adapt to that elo, and you get a sense of what you can and can't get away with, and I could get away with that. Okay, let's... I mean, the Smolder, what is she doing? Or he doing? I guess Smolder is supposed to be a boy, if I'm not mistaken. And the sapling in that river bush is invaluable. Like it's very typical for the ADC, or especially the support, to walk up there close to that bush. Okay, I don't have my Hex Flash, unfortunately. I should have charged my Hex Flash. That would have been a free kill. That was my bad. I should have charged my Hex Flash before she got hit by the sapling, because when she got... or after you get hit by an enemy, or one of my abilities, I lose the ability to Hex Flash. Okay, why did Triss just die for free there? I have my R. Yeah, I could have R'd. But they're 3 and they're healthy. We need to be careful about not overcommitting. I could have W'd in on Elise there. But she has her repel, so she is safe. Well, I wanted Kha'Zix to go in there because they were under turret. If he did go in, I would have used my R. I had Flash, I had Ignite. But maybe I should have pinged more. Maybe I should have just backed off. I just thought, because they're really committing to getting this turret and that leaves them vulnerable. But Kha'Zix didn't really see that opportunity or didn't want to take it. So he backed off, which is understandable. So that was kind of my bad. Or it was my bad. Let's see if I can get this kill. Okay, they're blocking it. Triss is not here. Set is really strong. Honestly, I don't like that play. I don't think that we really should have done that. I kind of went with it because Set is really strong, but honestly, like normally in that type of situation, like you don't want to go into V3, you're gonna lose. We got away with it because the enemy team is playing bad and because Set is really, really strong. Normally, that would have led to them getting a double kill and then get Herald, so that was honestly not a good play. I really need to be careful about when to go in, like evaluating the risk of situations, like earlier with the... when they got our turret, and I do think that there was an opportunity there to turn it around, but still a bit risky and unnecessary to do anything, like to try to make a play out of that. She can't see me from here. She could only see the sapling. Okay, we need to defend mid. Well, things are looking good so far, and we have a good team, definitely. Again, every lane was winning except mid, and mid was going kind of even. I have my R in 12 seconds. Nice. I don't know about that flash. I guess he wanted to jump in, but oh well. Okay, this set is going in a bit too hard, I think. Way too hard. I have my R. I didn't want to get the red there, but it is what it is. Dragon is spawning. Again, I have my R, so I can use it defensively. We should defend mid. We shouldn't give that to them for free. Why is Kha'Zix not doing anything here? And why is Triss not helping me? Set is TPing in. Okay. Nice. I mean, the enemy team is playing very poorly. Just overextending. That's really the story of this game. Like, the enemy team just overextending and playing passively. And that's what's allowing us to get so much. Just continuously get kills for free. And objectives. After getting picks. These shows top side. Okay. Yeah, she didn't even try to come to Dragon. I think she was still up. Like, she wasn't dead. And she didn't even try to come to Dragon. Seems like the enemy team is pretty defeated by this point, which is understandable. Attakan is coming bot side. Yeah, I don't know about this. This is kind of... I mean, if she's that bad that she's going to keep pushing up here, then yeah, we can get her. But honestly, we should just go to Attakan. That's really what we should be doing here. And maybe I should have put a sapling there before I cleared. But this is a way to play it. We could do this where we just like hard shove top. And then they might focus on Attakan. That can actually be a smart play too. Not that common in solo queue to have that type of coordination where you give an objective to get a tower or 2 or 3. But it could work. Especially with Kha'Zix. Top side. Have my ultimate now? Come on, Kha'Zix, get this. If Mel's dies for free, that's really bad. Okay, now my team wants to go to Attakan. Okay. Kind of messy, but... Okay. That should obviously not happen. Like, our Triss just got a double kill on Ezreal, which is a really safe champion with the Z, and then Smolder, who also has an escape ability with her E, with her flight, whatever the ability is called. Yeah, we're getting this for free. They're not even like reacting. That's why I'm just going back. I'm not even helping the team get the objective. The enemy team is just out of this game completely. That is just destroying them, putting so much pressure. But this is, I will say that what he's doing now is bad though. Like, why is he pushing up so hard? Even if he does get a kill, our set is worth a lot more than anyone on their team, so it's not worth it to trade. I'm not sure if he really realizes that, but that's the truth. Like, it is a mistake for him to do what he's doing. It's cool that he's putting pressure, but it's not cool that he trades or just dies. It's so unnecessary. It's not worth it. He's much more valuable. to have on our team. Okay, that was my bad. With the Scryers, with the angle. Triss is really good at destroying turrets. She's a hyper carry. Yeah, I mean, I just have the better team here. I mean, it's so much easier for me to play off of this type of team than, you know, passive players. Like, if I were on the other team, and if I was playing against my team, and they had a decent or good or very good support, I definitely would have been a loss. I would not have a chance to win. Like, what is that? Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna peel, so he can't do anything. Okay. Well played to my team. I might flash. NW. Okay, she just goes in. That was an awkward flash. That was a flash at an awkward angle. That was my bad. I could have just flashed in there, but then she went in and I was at a weird angle. But anyway, she got the kill. Nice. Yeah, she's just going in with no hesitation. She almost died there. Yeah, I just have the better team. That's all I can really say. But I'm not complaining because I've dealt with a lot of BS to get to this point, and also in Emeralds, like getting completely unwinnable games. But you know, don't want to assume that this is going to be a surefire victory. We have to stay focused still and get objectives and so on. Because I've had so many games where it seems like you're winning and then suddenly you're losing. So let's just stay focused and get objectives, control vision, and put for this fed super strong Chisana. Flash back at 28:54. Like, what was the Ezreal doing there? That was so poorly played. He was just right next to me, like walking up to me. That was so bad. So bad. Okay, that's not good. Almost died there. Well, this looks to be a win. GG.